So far in 2022, Dad, buying a car has been terrible. However, right now, end of year, this is the best time to buy a car. You spent 40 years in the business. Can you explain to us, all us lay people, why right now is the best time to buy a car, and what incentive dealers have to be making deals? Earlier this year, they would never make a deal. So what's going on? Why now?
Well, it's the end of the year. It's their last opportunity to hit sales objectives that they might have set last January for what they wanted to try and accomplish this year, new and used car sales wise. There could be incentives from the manufacturers for the objectives that the manufacturer set for them. And there could be a rather significant cash reward for hitting those incentives. It could be hundreds of thousands of dollars from the manufacturers. Salespeople who set goals for themselves for the year, or whose dealerships set goals for them for the year, to earn additional bonuses. They're motivated, and then there's this thing called herd mentality. Okay, and herd mentality is when all those factors come together, the confluence of motivated sellers meeting up with motivated buyers. Yeah. And during that herd mentality, there's typically a frenzy that happens. Yeah. And when there's this frenzy, the seller doesn't want to feel left out by not selling something. The buyer doesn't want to feel left out by not buying something. So psychologically speaking, this frenzy overtakes, rational thinking. And dealerships will end up making deals that under normal circumstances, they might not have even considered. Yeah. To the tune of losing thousands of dollars in order to make a deal. And you've talked about during your career, there could be hundreds of thousands of dollars on the line in manufacturer incentives. Yes. If you hit sales goals. Yes. Now we've got a couple sources on the inside. We think earlier this year there were less incentives because there's less inventory. But now inventory is slowly starting to creep back up. Yes. We've seen new car inventory, I can't even say slowly, year over year, it's up about 80% year over year. So new car inventory is starting to build back up. Now through January 1st, type in gift 50 and get 50% off your YAA Plus membership, or gift 150 to save $150 on your extended warranty. Go to joinyaa.com to save now.
Are the manufacturers, you think, putting these cash incentives back on the desks of dealer principals and general managers? And as consumers, is that why we're starting to see some more 0% financing options and advertisements?
I'm not in the dealerships today, so I don't know for sure. But I would suspect that, say, if there's still a battle being waged between Mercedes-Benz and BMW for sales leadership in the luxury car segment, and one could overtake the other if they have a really, really strong December, there very well might be huge incentives from either Mercedes or BMW towards their dealer body to hit certain objectives. And when those objectives were in place in the past, for a decent sized BMW store, it can represent a couple $100,000 in the course of a month. So at the end of a month, it wasn't uncommon. I've told this story before, but I worked with a sales manager, and one day the owner came down to him and he said, "Well, why did you lose $2,500 on that deal you did yesterday?" And the sales manager just looked at him and he said, "Because that $2,500 loss net you a $200,000 check from BMW for having hit our objective. Was that okay?" He goes, "Oh yeah, that worked." Will you lose $2,500 to net $197,500? I'm pretty sure you would. Yeah. And so there's that type of thinking that goes on, and literally that confluence of energy gets crazy. It just gets crazy. You know, it's like, damn it, I'm not missing this deal over nothing. There's nothing. I mean, I'll never forget when a customer said to Gary Hill, God bless him, he was a used car manager that I worked with at Acura North Scottsdale, and the customer said to Gary, he says, well, you can't do that. And Gary looked at me and says, don't tell me what I can do. What I can and can't do. If I said I'm doing it, I'm doing it. You know, we work our way into this nutso craziness, and we just take deals that we probably never would have ever thought about taking.
So there are two reasons why this is going on right now. Confluence of events, like you're saying, and a bit of a psychology, and just, all right, everyone's making deals. We got to make deals. We got to do it. And then there's the capitalism, which is it's more profitable for these dealers to take shorter deals and hit volume objectives, even in today's crazy car market. That's still probably true.
Yes.
And one of the ways that we can get some confidence in that, Dad, is we're starting to see more and more advertisements for incentives. Even here at year end, you were watching football the other day. I was watching football the other day. Chevy ads, Honda ads. We have not seen, I've not seen an influx of Toyotathon ads, but still, you're starting to see them. Ram 1500 ads. Those are going to be the dealerships where, this confluence of events, they've got $100,000 on the line. Go in there on the last day of the year, the last day of the month. That is the best time to buy a car.
Oh, absolutely. It'll happen.
All right. Well, now you know. Now you understand it. Hopefully there's a snowstorm on the last day of the year as well, because that'll improve your odds even more.
God, yeah. If you show up on the last day in the middle of a blizzard and they're scraping to find a deal, they're not wasting an opportunity talking to that moron that came out in the blizzard. They're going to sell you a car. You're going home in a new 4x something.
Well, cool. There you have it. That's why it all works this way. Thank you, Pops.
Thank you, honey.